Assalamu alaikum everyone. This is today we will be discussing report writing by their knowledge. So today in this video we'll be discussing the objectives of the report writing, the characteristics of a well-written report, and after that we'll be discussing some types of report or you can say some types of report writings, and then we will be discussing about the steps of report writing, in which we will be discussing preparation and planning and formatting the report element, a report presentation, and after that we'll be discussing different types of reports usage and how reports are used in different fields, and in the end we'll be discussing report writing styles. So let's start with the definition of report writing. The first definition is creating an account or statement that describes in detail an event or a situation or occurrence that usually as a result of observation or inquiry. And the second definition is a report is a statement of the result of an investigation of any matter on which definite information is required. So, report writing is formal style of writing elaborately on a topic, and the tone of report is always formal. And the audience is meant, it is meant for the audience. It is meant for is always thought out section. For example, report writing about a school event, report writing about a business case, etc. So, it is an informational work made with an intention to relay information or recounting certain events in a presentable manner. And reports are often conveyed in writing, speech, television, or film. But if we talk about the report writing, so it is the report that is in a written form. So, reports can be academic, technical, or business oriented and features recommendations for specific actions. And reports are written to present facts about a situation, projects, or processes, and well defined and analyze the issue at hand. And the goal of report is to relay observation to a specific audience in a clear and concise style. So, a report writing, in a report writing, a report is a written account of something that one has observed, heard, done, or investigated, and it is a systematic and well organized presentation of facts and findings of an event that has already taken place somewhere. And reports are used as a form of written assessment to find out what have learned from your reading, research, or experience, and to give you experience of an important skill that is widely used in the workplace. So there, many people get confused with report writing and essay writing. So there is a big difference between report writing and essay writing. In essay writing, you just present your opinion about an object. You just provide a long essay on any given topic. But report writing is actually it is writing a report about something, and you just write what you have observed and what you have heard and what you have done and what you have investigated. And in essay writing, you just present your opinion. It's all about your own writing about the essay. So there is a difference between report writing and essay writing. So there are some objectives of the report writing. The objectives of the report writing is to understand the purpose of the report, and that's why we write the report, and we plan a report and to understand the structure of the report, and to collect information for your report, and to organize your report, to use an appropriate style of writing, present data effectively, understand how to lay out your information in an appropriate way. So, if we discuss about the characteristics of a well-written report, a well-written report must possess the following traits. It should adhere to the specification of report brief, and it should analysis of the relevant information, and structuring material in a logical and coherent order, and presentation in a consistent manner according to the instruction of the report brief and making appropriate conclusions that are supported by the evidence and analysis of the report. So these are some important traits that you must keep in mind. So note that it is very important to follow a proper format. So basically there are two main types of the report writing. The one is formal report and the other type is the informal report. So the formal report would include the progress report, financial report, personal evaluation, literature reviews, inspection report, etc. And the informal report would include memos, emails. The memos are also called memorandum, and emails, paper, and other types would include informative reports, summary report, and investigative report. So basically, an informal report is also known as informal memo that differs from a formal report and doesn't contain such sections as an abstract or executory summary. And informal report is used for internal purposes for business and research, and it also serves as an outline for a formal report to be written later. So the main difference between the informal report or formal report would be that the informal report are mostly internal, and the formal report would be like it would include and external. So this is the main you can say the difference between formal and informal reporting. Other type of reports would include informative and summary and investigative report. In informative report you would just provide some information, and in summary report you would provide summary, and investigative report you would just investigate and you will make report of that thing. So they are basically different types of report, but they are normally divided into two main divisions: the formal report and the informal report. There are different areas in which different types of reports are used. Like the report writing is used in different fields. Like in it is used for academic writing, it is used for business writing, it is also used for technical writing or news report or magazine report. So the first thing to note is that academic writing is extremely formal. Typically, it should be free of contraction and any sort of slang. It is important generally to write in a third person, eliminating pronouns like I and we, whereas in business writing also you can say taken as formal tone. However, it is allowed to be slightly less button up. The goal in a business report is to present new initiatives and get things done. And here things like contractions would be permissible along with ample imaginary and data, whereas the technical reports focus on how to do something, while an academic or event or business report will attempt to prove something. A technical report is more descriptive in nature, and the report writing format for students and professionals may cite facts and statistics to make their case, but technical reports are more likely to follow a logical step-by-step approach. Whereas newspaper report is the one which is published in a newspaper, and magazine report is generally written for school magazine. So let's talk about the steps of report writing. Their steps of report writing would be preparation, in which you just go for the preparation, and planning, you plan, and after that the second step is formatting the report element, and after that there is report presentation. So the first step would be about preparation and planning, and first you should take some time to prepare and plan for your report before you start writing, and identify the audience. Your report should be written and tailored to the reader's need and experience expectations. And when planning, ask yourself several questions to better understand the goal of the report. And some of the questions would be, who are the readers, and why is this report needed, and what information should be included in the report. And once you identify the basics of your report, you can begin to collect supporting information, then sort and evaluate the information. And the next step is to organize your information and begin putting it together in an outline with a proper planning. It will be easier to write your report and stay organized. So the next step would be formatting the report element. So formatting the report elements would include the title, summary, introduction, body, discussion, conclusion, recommendation, and appendixes. To keep your report organized and easy to understand, there is a certain format to follow, and this report writing format will make it easier for the reader to find what he or she is looking for. And remember to write all the sections in the plain English except the body, which can be as technical as you need it to be. And the main section of a standard report are the title, summary, which we have discussed. So in title, if the report is short, so the front cover can include any information that you feel is necessary, such as the authors and the date prepared. In a longer report, you may want to include a table of content and a definition of terms. And in summary, the summary consists of the major points, conclusion, and recommendation. And it needs to be short, and it is a general overview of the report. And some people read the summary and only skim the report, so make sure you include all the relevant information. It would be best to write this when the report is finished, so you will include everything, even points that might be added at the last minute. And then there's introduction. The first page of the report needs to have an introduction. Here you will explain the problem and inform the reader why the report is being made. And you need to give a definition of terms if you did not include these in the title section, and explain how the details of report are arranged. Now let's come to the body section. This is the main section of the report, and the previous section needed to be written in plain English. But this section can include technical terms or jargons of your industry, and there should be several sections, each clearly labeled, making it easy for readers to find the information they seek. Information in a report is usually arranged in order of importance, with the most important information coming first, and alternatively you might choose to order your points by complexity or time. And then there is discussion. If you wish, this optional section can be included at the end of main body to go over your findings and their significance. And the last would be conclusion. This is where everything comes together. Keep this section free of jargon, as many people will just read the summary and conclusion. So this is the last topic, would be the last part, the last section of the format of the report element would be recommendations. And this is where you discuss any section that need to be taken, and in plain English explain your recommendations, putting them in order of priority. And after that you will be discussing about the appendices. And about appendices, this include information that experts in the field will read, and it has all the technical detail that support your conclusion. So now let's talk about the last step, that is report presentation. And you will want to present your report in a simple and concise style that is easy to read and navigate. So readers want to be able to look through a report and to get to the information they need as quickly as possible. So that way the report has a greater impact on the reader. There are simple formatting styles that can be used throughout your report that will make it easy to read and look organized and presentable. For example, the font, use just one font in your report, and easy to read for such as Times New Roman or Arial, or which is best for the reports. And section headings can be a different fonts from the main text to the main text if you prefer. So normally the font size for normal writing would be 12 point, and normally the writing format is Times New Roman. It is a normal chosen font style and size, but you can check other font styles too, like Arial is also used. Arial is a font style, and Times New Roman. So these two are the most commonly and you can say formally used, and the font point for normal writing is normally 12 point. And if we talk about the list, use list whenever appropriate to break information into easy to understand points. List can be either be numbered or bullet. So listing is good if you want to break information into points so people can easily understand. The last one would be heading and subheadings. If you can use headings and subheadings throughout your report to identify the various topic and break the text into manageable chunks, and this will help the report organize and can be listed in the table of content so they can be found quickly. So a report is designed to lead people through the information in a structured way, but also to enable them to find the information that they want quickly and easily. So reports usually therefore have numbered sections and subsections in a clear and full content page listing each heading. So it follows that page numbering is important. So if we talk about the report writing style, when writing a report, your aim should be to be absolutely clear, and above all, it should be easy to read and understand, even to someone with little knowledge of the subject area. And you should therefore aim for crisp, precise text using plain English and shorter words rather than longer with longer sentences. You should also avoid jargons. If you have to use specialist language, you should explain each word as you use it. And if you find that you had to explain more than about 5 words, you are probably using too much jargon and need to replace some of it with simpler words. So consider your audience. If the report is designed to be written for a particular person, check whether you should be writing to, or perhaps in the third person. You should be writing it to you, or in the third person to a job role. So for example, you want to write a report, you should keep it simple, and you should use the active voice. You should mind your grammar and technical writing. So by saying keeping it simple, it means that don't try to impress, rather try to communicate, and keep sentence short, to the point. Do not go into a lot of details unless it is needed, and make sure every word needs to be there, that it contributes to the purpose of the report. And use the active voice, which means active voice makes the writing move smoothly and easily, and it also uses fewer words than the passive voice, and gives impact to the writing by emphasizing the precision, emphasizing the person or thing responsible for an action. For example, bad customer service decreases repeated business, or you can say in a more concise and direct, rather than repeat, the business is decreased by bad customer service. So use the active voice instead of passive voice, like bad customer service decreases repeat business. And the last step that is important is mind your grammar. So by saying mind your grammar means read the report aloud and have someone proofread it for you. Remember that computer cannot catch all the mistakes, especially with words like read or read, like red read, or you can say read read. So computer cannot catch the words like this, or you can say there's a difference between there, 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 or there. So there are two different words with different spellings but same pronunciation. So both words have the same spellings, so computer cannot check all the mistakes like that. So you may even want to wait a day after you write it to come back to and look at it with a fresh eyes. And the last would be technical writing. So your report writing should follow the steps like technical writings do. In technical writing, you go for the planning and then drafting and then editing, and after that you go for the publishing. So first you plan, you do brainstorming, and then you do drafting, the second step, in which you make a rough sketch. And after drafting you do editing. In editing you check all the mistakes, you go through it again and again and listen until there is no mistake left, and then after that you publish it. So a report writing style should be like a technical writing style. So there's a final warning which I would like to give. As with any academic assignment or formal piece of writing, your work will benefit from being read over again and edited ruthlessly for sense and style. So pay particular attention to whether all the information that you have included is relevant. Also remember that to check tenses, which person you have written in, grammar and spelling. It also worth one last check against any requirement or structure. So for an academic assignment, make sure that you have referenced fully and correctly, and always check that you have not inadvertently or deliberately plagiarized or copied anything without acknowledging it. So this was the end of the video. If you like the video, you can click on the like button. If your concept is clear, you can click on the like button. If not, you can ask us in the comment and we will try our level best to help you out over there. For the notification of the upcoming videos, you can subscribe to our channel, because we usually upload a course based video on every Saturday and Sunday, and request based videos are uploaded from Monday to Friday. So you can click on the bell icon. Whenever the video is uploaded, you will be notified, and you can share the link of the video and the channel with your friends and family, because sharing is caring. And until then, Allah Hafiz.